So I have created my store and I'm now on the theme editor. And as you can see, our theme is currently horizon. It is a standard Shopify theme, but it doesn't allow us to do many things. When designing stores, I always like to use my custom theme, which already includes a lot of sections and elements that are not provided in standard Shopify themes. So I have it here and I will now upload it. In order to upload it, I have to go here where it says import, upload zip file, and drag and drop your file here. I hit upload and I wait until it uploads. You can still design with the horizon theme, but the options you have there are pretty limited and you have to buy a lot of sections from the section store. But with this file here, you have a lot of customization and I will show you what I mean by this. But there is no need to overcomplicate things from the start, so let's take it step by step. And now my theme is being uploaded and I am hitting publish. This will make it visible on my site. So as you can see here, my custom theme is active on my website. And first thing I need to do is go and upload my product. So for this example, I will be showcasing this product here, the smart glasses with the camera. And I'm gonna take a screenshot of this and go to chat, drag it in and say, create a 1:1 ratio, clean photo of this product, make it higher quality, and clearly showcase its function. So it has created me this picture and I'm happy to go with it as an example. So I'm gonna save it to my device. And also what we need to do is ask chat for brand names. So I'm gonna say, suggest a brand name for a shop that sells this product. So it's given me a few options and I can see already here OptiLink. I really like it. But before I will create our logo for the site, I have to check if the domain with this name is available. So I'm usually using GoDaddy for this. Just type in your search engine GoDaddy, and this is the website itself that provides domain. So I'm gonna look again at the name. It's OptiLink and we ideally want to have something that ends with .com. So I will search for optilink.com. And as you can see, this is a premium name. This is a very expensive domain. So I'm not able to buy it. And I might do a small trick. I will write optilinklife.com. And as you can see, optilinklife.com is a great name and it's available for purchasing. It will cost approximately $13 for 1 year. And I will write it down, ideally, to remember this. So let's go with the OptiLink as a brand name and we will say now create a logo for OptiLink on white background. Improvise and make it super branded. Let's see. So chat has created me this logo and I'm happy to go with it. Let's see how it will look like on our website. Save it somewhere to your device. And now I'm gonna copy this name and go to our Shopify. And if I go now to my website, you will see here on the footer menu that it says My Store 8. But my brand will be called OptiLink now. So we have to change this, and in order to change this, we will go to settings and I will go here where it says store contact details, click on the name and put my name here, OptiLink, click save and refresh. And as you can see, my website name is updated. So we want to go back now and click on the X here. We go to products, we will upload our product now, add product. I will drag and drop my picture and we have to give a name for this. So I will again go to the chat and say, give me a name, actually give me a title for my product like this. It's suggested as OptiLink Smart Glasses, Bluetooth, audio, touch control, and hands-free photo video eyewear, but we will just take this OptiLink Smart Glasses and paste it here. Right here you can change the price, you can do compare add, so it displays the discounted price, and the original price. Let's now set it to $29.99 from $199.99. And I always untick the charge tax on this product. It's not needed. And I hit save. So you can also track the inventory right here if you want to. But if you're doing drop shipping, this is optional, and I always like to have it off to make my life easier, because it might show that my product is out of stock and then I have to deal with headaches. So now my product is added to the store, and I will go back to my theme editor. For this, I have to press edit theme here. And as you can see, we're now on the home page, and you can view it from here. This is my home page. In order to go to the product page, you can either click here. This is a standard template for now. Either go to products and go to my default product. And this is what I currently have. But for now, let's understand some key principles. This is our header. It's the menu on top. And this is our footer, is the menu on the bottom. And whatever is in between is called the body. These here are called sections. So I have section 1, which is an image with text. Then I have this multi-column section. You can see as I'm hovering on the section, Shopify shows where it starts and where it ends. So here where I have my product picture and description, buttons, also some accordions. This is called accordion, the collapsible rows. This is a separate section itself. As you can see, it's underlined here. This is the start of it, and this is the end of it. So whatever is added here is called blocks. Now it's not sections, it's now blocks. So this price here is a separate block. This title here is a separate block. The buy button is a block. Everything else that is included here is a block. We follow a different procedure if we want to add a section, and we follow a different procedure if we want to add a block. Now on the left hand side you can see elements or sections that are included in header, in footer, and on the template, which basically means the body. These are separate blocks. So now each one of these are separate sections. And as you can see, the product information itself is a separate section. And if I click on this arrow here, it will expand and show me the blocks that I include in the product information section. As you remember, this is the product information section. So you can see we have the rating stars, which are this here, the title, the price, emoji benefits, etc., etc. So we can control everything from this left hand side. Also, if I hover on a section on my editor, you can see on my left hand side it underlines me the section I'm on right now. I'm now on the image with text section. And on my right hand side is the editor itself. This is where I can customize everything and have my store look like I want. This here, it's called sticky add to cart. It's a sticky banner that appears when the user scrolls the website a bit, and it's there to remind the user that he can purchase now and make it easier for the user to purchase, because he doesn't have to go back. Especially if you have many sections on your website, it's easier just to click add to cart here and not go back and click add to cart here. On the header section, I have this eye icon here. What will happen if I unclick it? This section will appear that says welcome to our store, but if you don't want it on your store, you can unclick it and now it's hidden. So the eye hides and reveals something. So maybe you're unsure if you want to include that section on your store or not to include that section on your store. You can always hide it, and if you decide then to show it, you can unhide it. And we also have this bin icon. And what is this? This is if you want to delete a section. If you don't like it, you can always delete. But you always have to save your changes. I would suggest saving every single time you make a change on the website. So now I will save it because I want it to be removed, and I'm left with this here. So now let's remove all the sections and be left only with the main section, that is the product information section. So I will point on here, I see that this is called multi-column. I will delete this, I will delete everything, and I will leave this divider that creates us this nice wave line, and I will save my changes. And in a similar way, I can delete blocks from the product information section by expanding this arrow here and pointing on what I want to delete. So for example, I don't want to touch the price. I want to delete these benefits here, emoji benefits. I delete them. And I don't want to delete the buy buttons. Quantity selector, if you unhide it, you can see that is the bundle option, but I will hide it for now. And I have this icon with text. Let's leave this one. Let's unhide the payment option badges, and you can see they appeared. And let's hide the reviews. Okay, so I deleted the reviews. I wanted to unhide them, right? If you do this mistake, Command Z, and they will appear again, and save. Now I want to hide them because I'm not sure if I'm gonna use them, and again save. So I can add a block by clicking in between my already existing blocks. Either I can go on my left hand side and click somewhere in between the two desired blocks. Let's add it here under my add to cart, and as you can see, we have many sections here. For example, I have the countdown timer. If I save it, you can see it's working. Also, I can add under this, let's say, stock level indicator. Save. And I can add on top, I will delete these rating stars or unhide them, and add this block here, and I will also add in between here this section here. So I have added a few blocks here, as you can see, but they don't look good and I have to edit them. So for this purpose we have the right hand side editor. So by just clicking on one of the blocks, you can see here that you can play with margins, for example, the bottom and top margin, and the text that is displayed. So for example, I will write my store like this. You can see the text has changed, and I save every time. Also, this doesn't look good, so you can experiment a bit with the settings here. So for example, I will change the previous stock state to low. So now it says that my current stock level is low, and I will save it. When I'm editing, I always want to make sure it looks good on desktop as well as on mobile. So by clicking here, it changes to the mobile view. And now you can see how it looks on mobile. But sometimes this is not accurate, so what I would suggest is quitting the theme editor and going here where it says View Store and clicking this one here. Also, now copy this link and send it somewhere through a messenger app to yourself, to your mobiles, and open it on your mobile. So this is how it looks on my mobile, and I have to check that everything is correct and nicely displayed. So go back to the theme editor, click either here, either the way I showed you. So now I want to edit this a bit because it's too big. I can experiment with icon sizes. As you can see, the text changes as well. And then the mobile icon size, so I have to switch to the mobile view and check this as well. You can have the tick size, but as you can see, this doesn't change because this is for desktop. And now if I change it, it will change. And the same way for mobile, you can change here text size, for example. Also Text weight, if I go to regular, it will update. Margins. Margins are the distance from the start of the section till the element, which is the text here. So if I remove margin top, it will move a bit. And if I also reduce margin bottom, it will also minimize the space. So I save it, let's say. Also, you can change here the vertical padding. It changes, and for mobile as well, for example. Okay. In this block here, you're allowed to use pictures of people, and for this I'm going to open Pinterest, and I'm searching, for example, for woman 40 years old, or you can generate some faces with chat, and I will select, place it here, drag and drop. So I'm saving, and as you can see, this woman is displayed here. I can do the same for the rest. If you want to have 2 avatars, this is totally fine, but if you want to have 3 and 4, this is also fine. And as you can see, everything changed. So I click save again. And in a similar way, you can experiment with your blocks and customize everything. So now I need to upload my logo. And for this, I'm gonna go to the theme settings, the next button, go to the logo, and actually select my logo, which we have generated previously. And as you can see, my logo is there, but you can see this white border and white background, and this is not professional. So what I'm gonna do now is use a website that is called Background Remover, and I will upload my logo here. It will delete the existing background, and all I need to do is to save it and go back here, change this, select from library, upload my new logo with a transparent background this time. And I want to reduce a bit the space that I have on top here and on the bottom. So I will actually edit the image and I will crop it. I want to crop this. So I will select the freeform and crop it a bit here and a bit down, like this. Apply this, save it, and go back. And as you can see, I reduced the space. So I want to hit save, and now you have here something that is called favicon icon. Now favicon icon is the icon that appears here, and as you can see, for the AliExpress I have this orange icon here, for the Pinterest this red one, and for the background remover this yellow one. So I want to do the same for our website, and I will go back to chat. I will upload my new logo. We can upload the one that doesn't have the transparent background, that has a normal background, and say create a favicon icon out of this logo. So this is the favicon icon, and I will save it, go back to the website and upload it right here and hit save always. So now if I go back to the website, now it has this globe here, and if I update it, you can see it changed. So now to change the price colors, I have to go to my document here and copy what says here, change price colors, only the code. And I will point on any section on the left hand side, right click, edit code. I'm gonna go and find a file called base CSS, scroll at the very bottom and paste this code here and save. And now I'm going back to my store, and as you can see, everything has changed, even on the sticky add to cart, to the color red. Now there is an option to make menu items and your logo bigger, so I have to copy this code here and again paste it to the base CSS below the code that I just have added, and I'm saving it. And as you can see, my logo and menu items are now bigger. If you don't want this option, you can just delete that code. Now in these documents, I've prepared some sections for you to copy and paste. So everything you have to do is to select a section that you would like to include. For example, this section here, not actually this one here. And you can find it by opening this link. So I will open this link in a new tab. And the name of this section is Beauty Stacked Cart Carousel in Cards. So I will open this, I will go to Cards and find this Beauty Stacked Cart Carousel. It's actually called Beauty Stacked Cart Carousel Depth, and I will download this file to my device. And all I have to do is to open this file with a text editor, which today will be the Visual Studio Code. But you can do it with any text editor on Mac and with Notepad++ on Windows. So this is the file itself, but first I will go and copy the name of this file here. And I will go back to my Shopify editor, go to the sections, right-click, new file, paste this one here, and copy the contents of this and paste it right here and save it. Now you can see that the name in the editor will be displayed as Beauty Stacked Cards Depth. So I will go back to my editor, refresh. And for example, I want to add a section under the product information section. So I will click this plus here and search for Beauty Stacked Cards. And I save, and I can obviously update everything on my right hand side of my editor. But now I will show you one trick. If you want your section to be visible on all the pages, you have to add it either in the header, either in the footer, and let's see why. So now I, for example, have this section here, but I don't have it on my homepage. Right? I don't have it. If I want to include it everywhere, I have to go and add it either in the header, which will be on top, either in the footer, which will be on bottom. Let's say I will add a section in footer, so I will select it and I will press save. Also, you have the option to move your sections like this. I will place it under the footer, for example, and it doesn't look good, so I will place it on top again and I will save it. So now if I go back to my product page, you can see this section twice because we have added it previously, but if I delete it, it will be always visible on my footer, as you can see here. So whatever is in the header or whatever is in the footer is always visible on my website. Now, if you have a multi-product store, you want to do something different. You want to go here to the products and create a template. And you will name this template with the same name that your product is named. So for example, you sell another pair of glasses, so I will name it glasses 2. And this is based on the default product. So it means that I want this template to look like my default product looks like, which is the first product. And I will be creating this template. And now the template is ready and I can edit on the templates. And I will assign now another product. So I will create a product. I will add a product. Let's take the same picture, or maybe let's take this logo picture here. And I will call it glasses 2. And I will save it. And now on my online store, I am able to edit this template. So if I go to products and glasses 2, I didn't assign this product to the template, so I have to assign it. I will go back to my products, go back to this new product and assign it to the new template. And now I can go back to my editor and I can work on this template. So if I select this template, it contains my new product picture. It's based off my default product because you can see the same elements. But you're probably wondering why we use templates. And the answer is that templates let us display different products using different page layouts. So if I was working on the default product template, it means that every change that I would do, it would also change on every product that is assigned to this default page. So if I have two products assigned to a default page and I edit those two products, I will mess up a lot with the sections. So maybe I want to delete a section from the product page 1, but I want to keep it on the product page 2. This requires us to create two different templates for two different products. If I have the same template, a change that I will make on one product page will also appear on my other product page that is assigned to the same template. So now I will show you how to customize your header and your footer. So we go back, exit the editor, go back to the dashboard. We go here where it says content and menus. So you can see here on my main menu, I have the home, the catalog, and the contact page. And on my footer menu, I have the search. So now I will add a page to my main menu. And I can do this by clicking add menu item. And I write, for example, here about the product. And now I have to link it with something, either a product, either another page. But now, as you can see, I don't have an option available for another page. So let's now go back and create it. So to create this page, I have to click on Online Store Pages, add a page, and this will be called About Us. And I will save it, but the visibility must be visible, otherwise the page is not visible to the customer. I click save, I go back to content, menus, main menu. I will add a menu item, About Us, and link it here with not the product, but the pages About Us. I save it here. Also, if I go back to Online Store and Pages, and I go back to About Us, I can write here something, save it. Always check that it's visible on your store. Go back to my online store, edit theme, and now you can see that I have the About Us, and if I click it, it takes me to the About Us page, which has this text here. Now, if you want to create a child menu item, and I will show you now what is this. You will better understand in practice. I will, let's say, create another page and let's call it example and visible, and write something here, save it, and go back to content, menus, main menu. I'm adding a menu item which is called example. I will link it with the example page, example, and I will save it. But now I will drag it like this and a bit on the right. So when you drag it, you take it a bit on the right. And now you can see this is below About Us. And when I save it and go back to my online store and view my store, you can see the About Us, and if I click it, I have the child that is called example. So let's make a real world example on this. So for example, you have a clothing store and you have a category bags. You can have summer bags, winter bags, something else bags, something else bags. So this can be done using this method here, and you can do the same for the footer menu. You can add menu items as well here and link them as I showed you. And using this method, you will have your footer customized. And now I will show you how to do color and size variants. So we have to go on the products and select the product that we want to add these variants to. Scroll down, find the variants selection and add option. We will call it first color. And let's say I will have my glasses in color black and red. And I will add another option with the size variant. And I will set it to small, medium, and large. And I will click done and save my changes. And now we want to go back to my online store, edit theme. Click on this variant picker. As you can see, my colors have appeared. And if you can't see a color here, you can go here where it says color swatches, and instead of the variant image alt text, select the custom colors list. And this is the list that controls the colors. So as you can see, I have the black and the red, so I have to find now a hex code for the red. And I will go back to chat and say, give me hex color for red. And it says for the swatches, use this color. Let's see. So this is the first color, this is the black, this is the second color here. And I will just paste the second color here, and it will change to red. I will save it. And as you can see, I also have small, medium, large. And if I change color, I have the same image for my colors. You can change it here. If you go to your product, you can set, for example, a picture. Let's say I want to take another picture for this. I will hit save, and let's take the regular one for the other variant. Save. And as you can see, when I'm on black, I have this image here, and when I'm on red, I have the other image. Now let's see how we can connect a domain to the website. So we're gonna quit our editor and go to settings, domains, here, domains. And I already purchased a domain from GoDaddy, and let's connect it. So just enter your domain name here, and I remember, and I had an old one called somniasleep.com. And now, as you can see, I'm waiting for the TLS certificate for secure connections. This is an automatic procedure from Shopify. It will require approximately 5 to 10 minutes, maybe even 30 minutes. So we just wait at this point.
So guys, I want to show you now the quantity selector, and this is where you can do tiered discounts and buy one get one free offers. You're going to be somewhere in your product information. Now it's currently hidden, but I want to show you this. So what we're going to want to do, Lena earlier hid it, but if you look on the left hand side, we want to unhide it using the eye. And then you can see here, just underneath our variants and above the add to cart or buy now button, is buy one or buy two, get one free, buy three, get two free. These are pre-selected with the theme. However, we can fully customize all of this. So for example, we're gonna always give buy one for our standard price. Now there's no compare at price here, but we can change that within the left-hand side. One tip we like to use is that we want to select the second value as our pre-selected option. And this is just a way that we can try and increase our average order value. By default, it will appear that this is the one that the person on the website is going to be purchasing. However, for this video, we're going to actually change the offer so I can show you this. On option one, it would be a good idea to have a benefit. So you could potentially put something like free gift, and it will appear with a free gift. Or you could do free shipping, which is often something that works very well. But for the sake of this, we're going to leave it blank. But then we want to really go and focus on option 2. Now you can see here on option 2, which is the buy 2, get 1 free with free shipping currently. Now this all depends on what your offer that you're creating is going to end up being. So perhaps we want to do buy 1, get 1 free. And in this case, we would do buy 1, get 1 free. So we leave them the option to do the standard buy 1. But then to make the offer more appealing, we want to do buy 1, get 1 free. And what's very important is that we want to change the fixed amount off. So we might want to go off that. And then you can see it's gone back to its default $29.99, which is the price they'll end up paying for buy 1, get 1 free. And then finally, we want to go back to option 3, which is our third and most valuable offer that we have. And perhaps we're going to do buy 2, get 2 for free. And that's where we would change this, but we want to maybe then change the price. Now if you were selling something for €30 and we've got buy two get one free, no one's going to be purchasing the third option unless we make the incentive really amazing. So we have to give them an even better price point. So currently the value they'd pay is $29.99 multiplied by 2. In fact, we want to give them an even greater discount. So here we're going to change the amount off. So this is going to be what they would pay for 4 items, but we want to then go and change on option 3 percentage. We want to give them 60% instead of 50%. And this is going to give them an even better price point. Now you could go and change the fixed amount off. So we've given them a fixed amount off to make it appear that there's buy 2 get 2 free, but as I mentioned, we want to give them an even greater saving. Otherwise they could just buy this twice, but we want to incentivize them to spend even more on our website. So we're going to give them an additional €10 off. And that means for purchasing buy 2 get 2 free, it's the most savings they'll make and they get a really good price point. So when we're on option 3, we want to incentivize them to spend the most, and we need to give it the most perceived value of them all. So a benefit that we could use would be something along the lines of our biggest saving ever. And this would appear in the box. We can also put a caption above. On option 2, you can see most popular, but on option 3, we could put something along the lines of free guide. And you can now see that we've built out our value stack, and this incentivizes people to spend more and take advantage of the savings and value and offer creation that we've generated. So now we've created our offers, we need to make sure that we apply the discounts within the Shopify dashboard so that these are automatic when the customer is on the website. So we need to exit off the theme editor, and on the left hand side we need to go to discounts, and we want to go to create discount in the top right. And now for this we're doing buy X get Y, as it's a buy one get one free offer. So we want to click on this. If you're not doing a buy one get one free, we might want to do an amount off your order, which would be a specific discount percentage applied. We'll show you this in a moment, but for this one we want to do buy X get Y, and we want to make it an automatic discount so they don't have to enter any codes. And we simply want to enter this and call it BOGO, buy one get one free. Now, the customer buys a minimum quantity of items needs to be the value of 1, and they need to get a specific item from our collection. So we want to hit browse on select products, and we want to select the OptiLink smart glasses. Now we add this, and finally the customer will receive 1 of the same. So we then select this again, we hit add, and instead of percentage, as I mentioned earlier, that we could apply, we want to provide this as the free option. And that means for every person that adds 1 unit to the cart, they will get a second for free. So one thing I like to add and make sure I have ticked, now this will decrease the average order value. I like to apply combinations with other discounts. For example, if you're using a welcome 10 offer for when someone submits their email, or maybe on your Facebook ads, you're providing a 10% off voucher. I like to combine offers so that the value is even greater for the customer, and I want to hit save. And that means now when someone adds 2 units to the cart, 1 of them will be for free. Now I want to show you how we can just create a generic 10% off voucher. So we want to go to create discount again, and we want to go amount off order. We want to select this. Now we're going to not make this automatic, but it's optional for someone to apply at the checkout. And we would simply go welcome 10, and here in the discount value, 10%, and eligibility all customers. There's no minimum requirements for spend. However, maybe you want to do 10% off with a minimum value of £30, just so that there's a minimum threshold that you have. I never apply the combination discounts on this side. This is just optional, but when someone uses the quantity selector, I want to give them the ability to have an additional code. For these generic 10% off coupons, I never like to combine these codes. But on the flip side, when I'm using a quantity selector, buy one, get one free, I will give them the ability to combine an additional code to get a greater saving. For example, if you're providing a free shipping coupon, which would be free ship, which enables the free shipping, plus a 10% voucher, you would be losing a lot of value, especially if you're charging customers for shipping. So I would like to only give the ability for a customer to use one of these, so that, for example, if we're selling something for £30, and we're giving them 10% off, it would be 27. However, if they're rebuying shipping for $5.99, for example, then it would take the value of the order back up to 33. or if we're doing free shipping with a minimum spend of 40, then we want to make sure that we don't lose too much in our average order value. And finally, we're going to hit save. As always, we have to make sure we save this. And this is how we create our discounts. One of the most important things when building our sites and our Shopify stores is to understand how to use apps. On the left-hand side, on your Shopify dashboard, there's an app section. Now, we can search for certain apps, and some of them will be installed by default, like the messaging app. But typically, we're going to go and have to search for them. Now I'm going to show you Section Store, and I've been using this for 4 years plus, but more recently, with the ability to create sections ourselves and what we've showcased to you in other videos, we don't need this anymore, as we have the ability to do this with Claude and ChatGPT. And Lena's got a fantastic video on the platform that showcases this on one of our community calls. But for the sake of this, on the app section, I will show you Section Store, and we want to install it this way, and it's as simple as just installing like this and making sure that it takes you to the website on Shopify, and we make sure we install. So now we have Section Store installed, we can have a look at all the sections available, and these are really great. Like I said in the past, now we can save ourselves money by using the sections that Lena's created, and we have this in the resources section on the platform. You can see here some testimonial sections, some hero sections, and we can see some of the most popular ones. We can see some benefits, features, some scrolling bars so that we can showcase our products. But like I said, we've got all of these available for free within the platform itself under the resources section. Another really important app that you will have to install at some point when you go live is the Facebook and Instagram app. The Facebook and Instagram app will enable us to install our pixel so that we can get tracking when you're creating your new store, and it's the easiest way to set up, but we'll have this in another video.
Thank you guys for watching, and if you have any question, feel free to message us on Telegram or on WhatsApp and ask your questions.